Hello, and welcome to the Venue Coach Blueprint for Owners. I'm Kyle Labar. This podcast is all about helping you fill your wedding venue with more bookings, earn more from each one, and keep your customers happy for a long time. We'll also talk about some tough times and big lessons that I've learned along the way. Let's dive in together and make your venue the best spot for weddings. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Venue Coach. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about a tour I did this past week and what the outcome was and really my experience. And this comes on the heels of working back end. I don't do tours that often anymore. I used to do tours every week and really was honing the tour process for our venues, and now I just help other venues do the same. So, but occasionally for my own venues, I get called in to help when a manager has to leave unexpectedly on family emergency or they're sick or whatever, and I fill in because I still know how to give a tour. So my historical close rate is in close to 60%, and this particular tour went very well. There's a lot of follow up that went in at the beginning, on the front end, a lot of communication, and then our manager let the couple know that I would be there instead. And then it started off. I greeted them at the door. I had some beverages for them as they came in. It was first thing in the morning. And then we just started with introductions. So the first thing that I like to do is build rapport. And that's usually tapping into them. I ask when they met, how did they meet, how did they get engaged, what are they thinking, what are their colors, what is about this, and you're just asking them about them. The tour is about them. It's not about you. It's about them. It's not about your venue. It's about them. I don't think I can say that enough, but the tour is about them. It's not about you. It's not about anything else. It's about them. So we make it about them. Then from there, I talk a little bit about what we like to focus on and what we bring to the table. And again, it's not about us; it's about them. So how do I do that? It's really what we are going to do for them, right? And how they're going to feel working with us, how they will feel, what they'll experience, the stress that they won't have, the great time that they will have. And we just overemphasize them through all aspects of it. So we go into that, and then I start talking a little bit about the amenities, but really I try to tie it back to them, and I ask them what they're looking for, what they envision, what they want to have. And so it just, you got to take the focus off yourself. You really do. And we're cutting jokes and just having a good time. The groom to be mentioned that they want to have karaoke, and I'm like, yes, I will totally be there because I love karaoke, and I'm sure I will have to refrain a lot from just hogging the mic all night, that sort of thing. So we're cracking jokes and just having, be personable, right? So at the end, we walk through and they love it. Oh, this is so great. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. And then we come back and we sit down. If you're ending your tour and you're not sitting down to discuss what they want to do, then you're losing sales. If you're just saying, okay, well, that's the tour. Here, let me give you my card and let me give you a handout. And thank you very much for coming out. If you have any questions, let me know. And then you close the door behind them. You are losing sales. And I am going to say that I'm going to say it again. If you're letting them walk out the door and you're not asking them for the sale, if you're not sitting them down and going through the calendar and trying to pick the date, then you are missing sales opportunities and you're losing business because you are not doing a tour, you are doing a whatever it is that you think that you're doing. And so we sit down, we have picture books that they can look through to get inspiration, and then they can go, "Ooh, look at this. This is exactly what I was thinking. Oh, wow, look, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh." Now they're starting to see themselves truly, and it comes more to life. We don't have a lot of live examples to bring them like physically there or to see those examples, but with the picture books, it helps them pick it up a bit better. So we do that, in this particular tour, she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is just so perfect. I love it. You guys have just been top notch, better than the other venues that we've seen." And then I said, "Hey, it sounds like we're a good fit. Is there any reason why we wouldn't book? You guys don't want to book today?" And maybe not the best question to have asked. I probably should have said, "Are you ready to book today?" But they said, "Oh, it's such a big decision. We have two more to see, and that's what we'd like to do." I didn't really push back on that, but the I affirmed what she said. I said, "Yeah, it totally is a big decision." And it's not something that you should take lightly, and so you should absolutely do that. And then I reinforce what we do and say, "Look, I know it's tough, and it's hard to know who is going to take the best care of you." And I said, "Honestly, we care so much about our couples, and we don't take it lightly that this is your one big day, and we want to make sure that it's the best day." And so then I bring up the date hold deposit. So then they say, "Ooh, yeah, could we think about it?" "Sure, yeah, let me give you guys a moment." So I walk off, go to the kitchen, whatever. They start asking me more questions. It's clear that they want to do something, but they're scared. They're scared to commit because this is a big deal. It's a big decision. It's a lot of money. So you have to give them space, but you still also have to walk them through the decision because they've never done this before. They've never done it. So they're scared, as they should be, because it's a lot of money. So we walk them to the decision and then help them see that that's the right decision. So by the end of the discussion, they said, "Yes, we would like to do the date hold deposit." Cool, let's do it. Take the money, and then I say, "Hey, just let me know as soon as you guys go see those other venues, and we'll be happy to take care of you." Well, not even 8 hours later, the bride to be messaged back and said, "Hey, we want to book." They didn't even do the other two tours. Within 8 hours from the tour, they decided not to do the other ones. Now, could I have tried to push them over the edge at the venue? Sure, but the way they were talking, it seemed like it was just the right move to just give them a little bit of space, still get the date hold deposit, which is a good sign, first of all. Higher intent, higher conversion on those. But it was important to affirm what she was saying. She didn't need to be told, "Well, I mean, if you found the right place," like she knows that, but she's got to get there on her own, and her fiance, they got to get there on their own. And so sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 8 hours, sometimes it takes 5 days, and it's fine. So so they reached back 8 hours later and they booked. And that was that. And they actually messaged our manager and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Kyle was great." And I'm not saying this to boast because I'm just following what works. I'm not saying it to do anything other than to give you examples of what works and and give you the tools to be more successful in your tours. And that's really what this is about. And so like I found out that I was doing the tour like the night before. And then I read through the messages and then I showed up and I just do what I always do. And I just do the basics. These are the basics. You build rapport, you build value, and it's not just a list of amenities. You stay on topic and you don't talk about weird things. You don't talk about things that are irrelevant or that they haven't brought up or to relate and that sort of thing. And then you ask them for the sale. It's really that simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. So that's all I did. That's all I did, and it worked because it works. So, anyways, I just wanted to outline this and share the story because it's simple. It really is that simple. So, anyways, if you found this useful, please subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. I just want to help you and your venue get better. I want to help you get more bookings. I want to help you just have the venue that you envisioned. And this is one way that I like to do that. And if you need more help than that, let me know. I'm happy to help in more specific detail for you, but just reach out and let me know. Anyways, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you there.